The casinos. Once the jewel of his portfolio were hemorrhaging money, Trump faced personal bankruptcy, his debt spiraling into billions. Yet through a combination of shrewd negotiation and relentless self-promotion, Trump weathered the storm. His ability to survive financial ruin became as much as part of his legacy as his success. And while his business empire was restructuring, his public persona was evolving into something more. In 2004, Trump took a new role, reality TV star. The Apprentice wasn't just a hit, it was a cultural phenomenon with his signature phrase, "Fired!" Trump became a household name in a new way. The show solidified his brand as a tough, decisive businessman who knew how to get things done. Few individuals have impacted the modern world like Donald J. Trump, a businessman, television personality, and the 45th President of the United States. Trump's journey has been filled with triumph, controversy, and reinvention. To understand the man, we must first look at where his story began. Born into wealth and privilege, Donald Trump's rise to fame would not follow the traditional path of the elite. Instead, his life has been a series of calculated risks, public spectacles, and battles, both personal and political, that continue to shape his legacy today. Donald John Trump was born on June 14, 1946 in Queens, New York. The fourth of 5 children, Trump was raised in a family where success was not an option. It was an expectation. His father, Fred Trump, a real estate magnate, instilled in him the value of hard work and the allure of wealth, while his sibling found success in more traditional roles. Donald's ambition pushed him to the forefront, but discipline wasn't always easy for the young Trump. At the age of 13, he was sent to the New York Military Academy to correct his behavior, an experience that would shape his competitive spirit. At the academy, Donald learned the value of leadership and discipline, but it was his entry into the family business that would truly set the stage for his meteoric rise. After graduating from Wharton School of Finance in 1968, Trump joined his father's business, eager to leave his mark, but Wayne and Brooklyn were too small for Donald Trump's ambition. He set his sights on Manhattan, the epicenter of American business and power. In 1983, Trump completed what would become his most famous project, Trump Tower. The 58-story skyscraper not only solidified his place in Manhattan, but symbolized the wealth and grandeur of the Trump's name. Trump Tower would become a beacon of luxury and a key element in the real estate mogul's branding. By the 1980s, Donald Trump had become synonymous with success. His name adorned hotels, casinos, and even an airline. From Atlantic City Grand Casinos to the brief ownership of a professional football team, Trump diversified his empire, taking risks that few others would dare. But not all of his ventures succeeded. By the early 1990s, the Trump empire was on the verge of collapse. The casinos. Once the jewel of his portfolio were hemorrhaging money, Trump faced personal bankruptcy, his debt spiraling into billions. Yet through a combination of shrewd negotiation and relentless self-promotion, Trump weathered the storm. His ability to survive financial ruin became as much as part of his legacy as his success. And while his business empire was restructuring, his public persona was evolving into something more. In 2004, Trump took a new role, reality TV star. The Apprentice wasn't just a hit, it was a cultural phenomenon with his signature phrase, "Fired!" Trump became a household name in a new way. The show solidified his brand as a tough, the businessman who knew how to get things done. The Apprentice was more than entertainment. It was a rebranding. Trump used the platform to project an image of success and power, reaching millions of viewers weekly. It was a carefully curated image that would later help catapult him into an even larger stage. On July 16, 2015, Donald Trump announced what many considered a long shot bid for the presidency, with bold promises to make America great again. Trump's campaign quickly tapped into a wave of populism that was sweeping across the country. He vowed to build a wall, renegotiate trade deals, and put America's first. What began as a media spectacle quickly turned into a movement. Trump defied the odds, defeated seasoned politicians, and ultimately clinched the Republican nomination. On November 8, 2016, Donald Trump was elected the 45th President of the United States in one of the most stunning political upsets in American history. Trump's presidency was anything but conventional. From his inauguration days to his final day in Trump office, he governed with the same flair and boldness that had marked his business career. His policies reshaped American politics. Massive tax cuts, deregulation, and renegotiation of trade agreements were some of his signature moves. But his time in office was also marred by controversy. Investigations into Russian interference in the 2016 election, 2 impeachment trials, and deep political polarization tested the very foundation of American democracy. Through it all, Trump remained defiant, claiming that the political establishment was working against him. His leadership style galvanized millions of supporters while drawing fierce criticism from his opponents. As a President Donald Trump faced not only political opposition but personal threats. Throughout his tenure, there were several assassination attempts and plots that put his life in danger. In 2020, a Canadian woman was arrested for sending a letter laced with ricin, a deadly toxin addressed to the White House. This wasn't the only threat to Trump's life, as multiple plots were uncovered by law enforcement during and after his presidency. Trump's presidency came to a dramatic end following the 2020 election. Despite losing to Joe Biden, Trump refused to concede, claiming widespread voter fraud. His accusation fueled tension across the country and culminated into the storming of the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021, a day that will go down in history. The event of the day led to Trump's second impeachment, but once again he was acquitted. The legacy of the Capitol riots would forever mark the end of his presidency, yet his influence remained. Since leaving office, Donald Trump has remained a force in American politics. His continued rallies and endorsements show that his influence over the Republican Party is far from over. But his post-presidential life has been dominated by legal battles. From ongoing investigation into his business dealing to accusation of tax fraud and interference in the 2020 election, Trump faces mounting legal challenges, but as with every other battle in his life, Trump faces these controversies.